Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another Bugrock of the Week episode. In this one, I will be showing you how to easily duplicate Ender Dragons, and this is a very fun bug to play with. It's also very easy to do as well. You can basically just stand there AFK, dragons will spawn, fly towards you, get teleported away, and then another one will spawn. Rinse and repeat that process for 10 minutes and you'll get yourself like 20 dragons. This is honestly an extremely fun bug to play with. If you got yourself a couple friends or a nice group of people that are really into fighting some dragons, or just having a good fun adventure, definitely try this out in your world. You really don't need anything at all to reproduce this bug. These are actual real dragons as well. When you kill them, they'll actually drop experience, and if you happen to have some commands on your server, then they may also drop an elytra for you. So a little bit of an elytra farm if you happen to have those commands set up. But if you did not see the last episode of Bugrock of the Week, I show a very useful bread duplication bug that's fully automatic. It's great for villager breeders and for witch farms as well. If you want a nice utility bug in your world, definitely check out that video. It's got a lot of surprising uses. And hey, it's also just free infinite food. So that video will be linked in the upper right and also in the description down below. But without further ado, let's check out how to reproduce this bug. So we're going to start off here in the end, of course, and what you will need to have done is fought the Ender Dragon at least once so that you killed the original Ender Dragon, and then you'll also need an in-city gateway like that one over there, and that is all you need. You only need one of these things. What I would suggest doing is actually going through this gateway to the outer islands, that way you know it's fairly safe out there. And as you can see, I've set up a little bit of a marker all the way out there so that we can see where the Ender Dragons are going to be getting teleported to. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending the Ender Dragons through our in-city gateways, and this is actually super easy. So as you can see, I've set up a little bit of a platform right here. You do want to make this out of endstone, and that way the dragon doesn't delete it, of course. So yeah, as you can see, I just have a little platform right here. I'm going to be standing directly right here, and then all the dragons that swoop towards me are actually just going to go through this portal, and they will get teleported out to that in-city island out there and just be in unloaded chunks. What's going to happen from there is another Ender Dragon is going to spawn. The game is going to think that something happened to the original, and it's going to spawn you another one. Once that dragon is in the game, it's just going to swoop towards you again, go through that portal, and seriously, this whole process takes like 30 seconds max. Now, it's pretty important to note that if you are in single player, you're going to want to turn down your render distance. Because I have my render distance on 80 right now, this bug is not going to work. The Ender Dragon will actually be loaded and will be able to fly towards me. So make sure you turn down your render distance if you're in single player. If you're on a realm, this will not be an issue. So to do this, you're going to need some pretty basic gear. So as you can see here, I just have a basic sword, a basic bow with power 5, infinity, etc. You're going to want some end stones for some blocks, some food, 4 end crystals, and some ender pearls as well, because you do need to take out these end crystals around the edge, although this is honestly pretty simple. So let's go ahead and spawn in the Ender Dragon. And there we go, our dragon is now spawned. So what you need to do from here is actually go ahead and take out the crystals. You don't actually need to do any damage to the dragon. So now that all of your ender crystals are taken out, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and go up to your little platform up here and basically just kinda find a good spot. This location for me works. And what your dragon should do is eventually he will just kind of swoop towards you and fly directly through that portal. Now this is actually pretty safe because it'll actually fly through the portal before it can damage you. So as you can see, it'll just go straight through the portal. It did hit me a little bit that time, but you saw the beacon beam. That means that it actually went through. And what's gonna happen next is another dragon is actually gonna spawn. So we should see another one pop up. We might have to go a little bit closer towards the center of the island, but another dragon should, in theory, pop up. Yeah, there it is. And there's also an enderman in my face. So yeah, as you can see, it just duplicated that dragon. The other one is now out in the outer islands. And this guy will eventually swoop towards us as well. He just needs to go down to the fountain. Now, what'll happen is more often than not, the dragon will actually spawn right at the fountain and then fly directly towards you. So it's actually really easy to duplicate dragons. It's like once every 30, 45 seconds or so, you get yourself a dragon. And this guy should swoop towards us sometime soon. What I like to do is actually shoot them a couple times before they go through. That way, when you're actually fighting all these guys, they will have a slightly lower health. And it turns out that a power 5 bow actually really wrecks these guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stand here for a couple moments, and we will get ourselves a whole bunch of dragons out on the outer end islands. Alright, so there should be about 10 or so ender dragons on the other side of this gateway. Now, I've never actually died from the dragons going through this gateway, regardless of how many dragons there are, but if you're going through a portal and you know that there's 10 plus dragons on the other side, just don't take anything valuable with ya. I shouldn't need to say this, but I'm saying it anyways. Don't take anything valuable with you. Anyway, let's hop through this portal and see what is going on the other side. And immediately died. See, you can die. Anyway, these dragons are right there. You might be able to see them by the respawn button. They're flying off back towards the main island. And basically what we need to do is we need to actually go to that outer island and make sure that they actually get loaded and can fly back towards the main island. So what we're gonna be doing is just going and hopping back through that portal. So how you'll know that things will have flown all the way back is basically you won't be able to hear any dragons. Now, we're out here on the islands and we can still hear dragons. I gave myself some night vision, which is just murdering my eyes right now because sometimes you can see dragons flying back to the main island. So maybe take a little bit of night vision, even though this is just absolutely horrendous. They really need to change this. It's so bad. It's just so bad. But yeah, just stand here for a couple minutes until you don't hear any more dragons. And regardless of what your render distance is, or if you're on a realm, they will be able to fly all the way back to the main island. So that was quite adventurous, and now we need to go back to the main island where there are now 10 plus dragons, so yeah, prepare for this battle as well. So once we're here, we're gonna need to wait for them to fly back, and we should see them coming from that edge over there, because that's where we know our portal is. Hello, Enderman, I don't want to talk to you right now, please go away. So yeah, we should be seeing dragons pop out anytime. There they are. That's the sight that I'd like to see. Fantastic. So all of these guys will immediately go to the spawn portal, and this is honestly just a sight to behold. So loud. Oh man, it's amazing. Watch out for Endermen, of course, because these guys are not going to be happy. Also, watch out for when these guys actually fly away, because they're all going to go in different directions, and some of them might be grouped up. It's really just fun to look at. So yeah, they're all going to be going towards me, of course. Of course. It's just really cool looking. When do you ever get to see 10 dragons flying in unison? Oh, hi. So this is going to be a very interesting battle for you and your friends if you decide to do this. I'd say maybe go small first, maybe try 5 dragons, and then maybe try a few more dragons. But let me know how many dragons you end up fighting at once. I think we're gonna try this on Whispercraft as well, because this is just too fun not to try while it's still in the game. Am I right? I mean, it's so amazing, so amazing. Yeah, this would definitely be very hard to survive. Definitely very, very hard to survive. I mean, I don't suggest wearing a pumpkin though. This might actually be fairly impossible to survive. Needless to say, this is a very strange, powerful, and fun bug to mess with. Please do let me know your dragon conquering stories in the comments section. I'm very curious to see who can conquer the most dragons. I think past about 10 dragons, it gets pretty impossible. So if any of you can conquer 10 at once, I will be fairly impressed, honestly. Whether that be solo or with a group, I think 10 dragons is getting pretty difficult. The swoop attacks are just super overpowered. Down in the description is going to be a link to this bug report, so you guys can vote on that if you like, help get it fixed, because this is honestly a really game-breaking bug. But that is going to do it for me this episode of Bugrock of the Week. If you did enjoy this video and want to help support the video and the channel, then please do leave a like, it really does make a difference. And if you're new here, maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss all the new stuff that I post. We're up to 6 videos a week now, which is crazy. And I will see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you for watching, and then there was silence.